What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to be talking to you about the new album from the band The Black Dahlia Murder, entitled Abysmal. This is released on Metal Blade Records. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of Detroit, Michigan, and quite honestly, I would consider The Black Dahlia Murder to be one of the most successful, recognizable, bankable, popular bands to come out of metal in quite a very long time. They appeal to many differing fans of the genre, preferably death metal and melodic death metal, but this band has been slowly but surely growing into their sound over the years. From the early stuff like Unhallowed and Miasma, to when I feel they really truly reached their prime with an album like Nocturnal. Very much a true dedication to the arts, the songwriting, the lyrics, the riffs, being very catchy and being very appealing to any sort of metal fan out there. I have always long been a fan of this band, regardless of what kind of albums they put out, what kind of music they appeal to, what kind of fans they appeal to. These guys are genuine metal lovers, and it really does show in the music that they've been coming out with over the years. I mean, of course, I enjoyed the rest of the albums that this band has put out. Deflorate, Ritual, I really like that one a lot. And even the last time we had heard something from them, 2013's Everblack. Beautiful artwork, great lyrics, catchy hooks, awesome vocals. I mean, I really love that album, but the more I listened to it, the better it got. It really did grow on me with time, and that really was an awesome record to listen to. Raped in Hatred by Vines and Thorn is such a catchy song. I love that song a lot. And of course, ever since then, this band has been consistently playing live, doing tours, being active, releasing DVDs, concerts, just a lot of hard work ethics. And once again, to mention the fact that these guys are actual metal lovers, preferably their vocalist Trevor Strnad. He has a great deep ear for what is out now and what's going to be coming soon in the future. This guy is the real deal when it comes to being a fan of metal and a supporter. But as has been the case with this band for every 2 years or so, we have a brand new album from the Black Dahlia Murder entitled Abysmal. As soon as I saw the artwork for this new album, I was very intrigued. It looked like one of those album covers you would see on a release that happened to be put out by maybe record labels like Severed Records or Comatose, because as we know, Trevor is a huge supporter of brutal death metal and its underground. And it kind of made me curious to know what the artwork would mean for the rest of the music. Would it be business as usual? Would there be twists and turns to their sounds? I was curious. And then the song Vlad the Son of the Dragon came out, and of course it was pretty much comfort food for the Black Dahlia Murder listener. Pretty much business as usual, solid riffs, memorable vocals, really enticing riffs and drum work. I wanted to know what the rest of this album sounded like, and now here we are with their 7th full-length entitled Abysmal. It's 10 tracks, and it clocks in at around 37 minutes in length, and this is a far shorter record in comparison to the last couple of Black Dahlia Murder albums that have been coming out, which means this time around it flows a lot better. It flows a lot better, and it really doesn't suffer from having too much filler. Every song that goes on here runs by at a really moderate and solid pace, and when it comes to the music, you're gonna get what you normally would expect out of a Black Dahlia Murder record, but expect there to be a little bit more creativity and a lot more ebb and flow when it comes to the guitar riffs. Take songs like Receipt and Abysmal. You're going to get the typical sort of Black Dahlia Murder interplay when it comes to the guitar playing. Really melody-driven riffs, incredible leads, very beautifully done solos. I want to go back to the track Abysmal. I want to say it has a little bit of a mellow black sort of approach going for it, and I really like the fact that they take some influences from that kind of music style and incorporate it into a Black Dahlia Murder record. I really like the way the guitars are being handled on that song, and then you get to more elaborate songs like The Fog, and then the closing track, That Cannot Die, Which Eternally Is Dead. Just some really great guitar work being done there, good interplay, nice riffs and leads and solos. It's just another sort of clinic being done by Ryan Knight and Brian Eschbach. Just some great guitar riff work being done all throughout this record, and it makes it all the more enjoyable to listen to. When it comes to the bass, I think this is a much better bass guitar performance as in comparison to the last record, Ever Black. You hear it a little bit, I would say you hear it a little bit more. I love the way the bass guitar is being done here, very audible and clear, very well heard in the mix, nicely produced. And that's another thing to point out about the Black Dahlia Murder. This is a band that is very much deserving of a clean production. Not too clean to where it feels distracting, but clean enough to where you can appreciate and understand and hear everything that's being said and done here when it comes to this whole behind the scenes work. I think it's a really awesome sounding record, and it fits perfectly for this short album length and time and delivery of everything. It's really nice to listen to. When it comes to the drums, this new guy that they brought in for Ever Black has been doing such a tremendous job when it comes to playing the drums, very much emulating the sound that you would best know the Black Dahlia Murder for when it comes to the drumming. The drumming is very on point. I love the speed. I love the double bass. I love the fills. I just love the smartness and the creativity of this drummer. Even when it comes to the more mid-paced sort of moments of the drumming, I think it's incredible. Going back once again to Abysmal, the usage of the blast beats on that song, once again having that deep melodic black metal sort of influence going on that track, I think it's really awesome to hear. And then on songs like Refaced and Asylum, just some incredible drum work being represented on there. I really like the fact that this drummer has become more of a better player, and it sounds wonderful to listen to him play the drums the way that he does here. It's the typical Black Dahlia Murder drum performance, but it's done with a lot of respect and a lot of care. And now we move on to the vocals. Trevor Strnad is one of the most recognizable frontmen in metal today. His vocal deliveries, his shrieks, his growls, his stage presence, his charisma. He is an incredibly charismatic frontman, and not to mention a really crafty songwriter. I really enjoy the songwriter and lyric writer, I should say. I really love the stories that he brings to any sort of Black Dahlia Murder release, and here on Abysmal you get some really incredibly elaborate lyrics being done here, especially on songs like Receipt and Stygiophobic. Just the way he goes about singing the lyrics and doing his thing, it's just marvelous. As for the vocals themselves, I think he sounds fantastic here. I love his vocal delivery, I love his highs, his mid-range sort of growls. It really sounds fun to listen to, and he really is a tremendous vocalist to behold and wonder. It feels as though with every single release you get Trevor becoming a little bit more wise beyond his years and a lot more mature. And I really do appreciate what he does here with the vocal performance here on Abysmal. It's really solid, and it's another wonderful piece of music to listen to him sing on. So overall, if you're a fan of the Black Dahlia Murder, if you're a fan of melodic death metal, I would say give Abysmal a shot. I believe that this is going to be one of those albums that you give multiple listens to, and it will grow on you with time. I believe that Ever Black, it did that with me when I listened to Ever Black, and I'm pretty sure Abysmal is going to be doing the same. I really don't know where to rank this in as far as the best Black Dahlia Murder albums are concerned. I still would hold those high resolutions to Nocturnal and maybe Ritual again to a certain extent. I have a lot of enjoyment with those particular Black Dahlia Murder releases. So if you're a fan of Black Dahlia Murder, Abysmal is pretty much worth purchasing and picking up. If I had to pick any favorite tracks, I would definitely have to say Receipt, Abysmal, Refaced, The Fog, and the closing track, That Cannot Die Which Eternally Is Dead. I should also mention that the opening and closing tracks have these really crafty, nifty little synth elements going on in those tracks. The synth orchestration, little crazy sounding at times, but it fits the mood for those particular songs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you some links in the description box as to how you can get a hold of this album and listen to it. I will link you to the Black Dahlia Murder Bandcamp page where you can stream this album in its entirety, hear it for yourself, and be your own judge as to whether you think it's worthy of being purchased or not. You can buy it digitally, and it is also available physically on CD and 12-inch vinyl. You can currently catch the Black Dahlia Murder on tour right now. They they are being involved in the Indie Merch Store Tour, which I believe is going to have 2 different versions. The one that they are currently on now is going to feature Iron Reagan, Harm's Way, and Maruda, and there's going to be a second leg of the tour featuring Goat Whore, Entheos, and Artificial Brain. So if there are any tour dates near you, go check it out, go support the bands, and go support the Black Dahlia Murder live when you happen to see them. So again, the album is Abysmal. This is released on this is by the Black Dahlia Murder on Metal Blade Records. Go support it. And for a score, I'm going to give this a pretty solid 9 out of 10. Another really crafty and well-woven story being told by the Black Dahlia Murder. So if you happen to have heard this album, let me know what you think of it and where you think it ranks in the discography of the Black Dahlia Murder. So I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. And until the next time, Armijo out.